Welcome. I'm Richard Hosnout. I'm the head coach of Innovate to Grow Experts. And today I want to talk to you about your wow factor. If you're an entrepreneur or innovator, you want to know your wow factor because it has so many tremendous benefits for you. Your wow factor is statistically accurate insights helping you to make better critical decisions on your business and to get the support of others, especially financial support. Okay, so what is this big wow factor I'm talking about? Well, Merwyn Truth Teller Report provides you your wow factor. Merwyn Truth Teller is powered by Merwyn technology, which measures a marketing message persuasiveness and delivers results in two critical areas: what your chances are for success and an 80% accurate first year revenue projection. It is the most credible and time tested technology available, used by most Fortune 500 companies to make very important go and no go decisions on new innovations. Clients simply answer a series of input questions and work with us at Innovate to Grow Experts to create a powerful marketing message that delivers the most honest results. Wow Factor was specifically created for entrepreneurs, investors, and inventors who are looking for reliable assessment data of an idea to make those better decisions about what to do next with their innovation. So, a little bit of background on who the heck we are. Well, we're an innovation consultancy. We're focusing on the front end. This is just a few of the companies that we have worked with over the last several decades. My background, as you can see, I'm both a passionate and successful innovator. Have been an executive at companies like Procter & Gamble and Gallo, a professor at Arizona State University, author of 6 books, and producer of the Innovation Best Practices podcast. Carrie McNamara, key member of our team, a superstar innovator who's led more innovation projects than anyone in America, including ones that produced year one sales of over $100 million. And Lisa Lloyd, a professional inventor, award-winning professional inventor with extensive successful licensing and commercializing of new products, and a Shark Tank winner. So that's our team and a little bit of background there. Let me introduce you to the Merwyn Truth Teller, powered by Merwyn Technology. An important note here: the Merwyn Truth Teller is produced by an independent company, the Innovation Engineering team at Eureka Ranch, and it's a highly accurate predictive tool for projecting chances for 5-year success and first-year sales. Well, a little bit of background on it. When Fortune saw Merwyn technology for the first time many years ago, it acclaimed it as one of the most promising new technologies in America. Well, how was it developed? Well, the short answer is not quickly. It took 6 years, $20 million spent on vast marketplace databases, supercomputer analytics, and a research team that included multiple PhDs who had extensive knowledge of proven research methodologies, analytical skills, and consumer purchase behavior. Very importantly, the team was led by Doug Hall. Doug Hall's been a good friend of mine for many, many years. We worked at Procter & Gamble together. He was the founder of Eureka Ranch back in 1986. He has an engineering and science background and is an innovation superstar. That's for sure. Well, how in heaven's name does it work? People ask me, Richard, how does Merwyn work? Well, for those of you who are into the nuts and bolts, here it is. Merwyn technology is software powered by artificial wisdom technology. And you can see the details here on the slide. Up to 77 marketing message communication dimensions are evaluated, benchmarking versus a database of 1.2 million data points. Then there is fuzzy logic. Now, when Doug first told me fuzzy logic, I said, Doug, is fuzzy logic good? He said, it's not only good, it's great, because it allows you to measure those soft perceptions that can be quantified in degrees of gray instead of black and white, especially the emotional communication within a marketing message. So this is real science. So, how accurate is it, you ask? Well, let me give you a couple of examples. two very different examples. The team at Innovation Engineering that developed Merwyn technology looked at 900 products when they were introduced, evaluating their marketing messages. They then tracked them for 5 years after their introduction. At the end of that, they discovered that 34% of the 900 products were still being sold 5 years later. Well, the Merwyn reports that were run 5 years earlier predicted that 33.5% of those 900 products would survive 5 years. Put another way, Merwyn's accuracy was 98.5% in predicting products' chances for 5-year success. Pretty darn good, don't you think? Very different results accuracy perspective. Citibank tested 24 direct mail pieces to evaluate response rates. What Merwyn found that it was 90% accurate in predicting which pieces would have the highest response rate. Remember that Merwyn in part evaluates the persuasiveness of your marketing message, and in this particular case, the persuasiveness to get people to open up and respond to the direct mail pieces. Very, very accurate. Another perspective that's very important, Fortune 500 companies have used Merwyn Truth Teller results for well over 2 decades to make major multi-million dollar go or no-go decisions on new products and innovations. It's that reliable, it's that accurate. Okay, so how do you get a Merwyn Truth Teller report? Well, first you complete some input questions. And then after that, we work with you to review your marketing message and your answers to the questions that are necessary for inputs that we send to the innovation engineering team at Eureka Ranch, who actually conducts the research. And we work with you one-on-one to make sure that all the answers are the very best answers and right for your product, and to help you optimize your marketing message. We then run the research. We submit the research to the Merwyn Truth Teller team, which is indeed an independent research company. The results take 7 to 10 days. And at the end of that, we'll review the results with you, and I'll give you some perspective on that. It's important to say that before you actually complete step 1, we ask you to take a qualifying questionnaire to make sure that you're ready. You have the quality of information and understanding of your innovation before you actually make the small investment in getting a Merwyn Truth Teller research report. So these are the steps that you go through. They're very simple. We're going to help you each step of the way. Many of the online work that you do actually has coaching videos to help you. So a lot of help here, including one-on-one help with us. Okay? So at the heart of this, as I've already indicated, is optimizing your marketing message. A marketing message needs to contain 4 critical elements to optimize the persuasiveness of that message. First, you need to be solving a real problem. You need to tell customers what problem you solve. Now, one of the biggest challenges in working with inventors and innovators and entrepreneurs is sometimes the problem that they think they're trying to solve may not be as big in consumers' minds as it is in their minds. So it really takes some making sure that consumers really do have a serious problem that happens frequently. And when I talk about frequently, you really want to have problems that have a frequency of either every day, 2 or 3 times a week, several times a month. You don't want to be trying to sell a product that solves a problem in most cases once in a lifetime, once a year, once every other year, because the amount of product that somebody needs to buy to solve those kinds of problems is going to be fairly low. And you want to make sure that the problem you're trying to solve is something that creates true pain points for potential customers. If it's just a nuisance, they may not be willing to buy a product to solve it. They'll just say, I'll put up with it. Okay, so lots of dimensions around what the problem is. Second, you want to make sure that your marketing message communicates the benefits, which is tell people the solution that you have that your innovation delivers. Okay, Having told them that you can do something to solve the problem, you absolutely, in today's world, need to understand that potential buyers are skeptical. And as a result, you need to make sure that you provide a strong reason to believe that you can actually deliver what you just promised in terms of the benefit. You need to be credible. Lastly, but most importantly, you want to tell customers how your product is better than some, most, or all of the competition. Why is this important? Well, if customers have a problem, they're typically not going to go out and buy 4 or 5 or 6 products to try and solve that problem. They're going to look at all the alternatives that are available to them in most cases and choose the one that is they think is best in solving their problem. So you need to tell customers, you need to make it easy for them to make that decision by telling them how your product solves their problem, delivers a benefit that they can believe in, that is better and ideally dramatically better than some, most, or all of the competition. Okay, in very short order, I've covered something very quickly here, but I think you get a sense that we understand how to create highly persuasive marketing messages, and we will help you do that. So, when you get the results, the first thing you're going to get is this little gauge that you see on the right-hand side of the screen, and will tell you where your idea rates versus all other ideas tested. In the top 20, in the top 3%, another in the top 20% of all ideas tested. Poor, good, better, or best. You really want to be in the better and best range for most ideas if you want to have confidence that your chances for success are pretty high. And just so you can understand, when you score high in that green area, you have a highly persuasive message that's going to generate lots of trial and chances for a lot of year one sales. If you're in the good to better range, you're going to find that there's going to be lots of interest for your product with a lot of favorable purchase intent. If you're in the poor or good range, you probably want to think about making the idea better before you go to market. So you're going to get your wow factor, your Merwyn score. You're also going to get a first year revenue projection. And this is going to be based on a lot of inputs that you give us. We're going to ask you for your number of potential customers. Now you say that may be tough to get, and sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't, but it's a critical number that you need to determine with the greatest degree of accuracy that you possibly can. Because it's very clear that a year one sales estimate that has only 1 million potential customers versus one that has 100 million potential customers is going to be very different. So if you want a year one sales estimate that's 80% accurate, you want to have a very high quality number in defining the number of potential customers for your innovation. Then you want to have accurate comparison of your product to competitors, and ideally you want independent objective evaluation of your product and how it compares to other competitive products. We can give you a lot of help with that, but this is some of the data and understanding of your innovation that you're going to need if you want to get that highly accurate year one sales estimate. And you're going to have a very clear idea of the marketing support that you're going to be able to put behind the innovation, and that marketing support is going to generate awareness and distribution, namely where it's sold. All of this is used to create that 80% accurate first year revenue projection. Okay, so this is real stuff. You'll get a report that looks like this, with an assumption of a certain your marketing support delivering a certain distribution level and awareness level. You have an 80% probability, and the number in the middle is going to be higher than the zeros that you see there, but we're going to give you a year one sales estimate that is 80% accurate. We'll also give you some guidance that if your marketing program is able to deliver higher levels of awareness and distribution, how much you could possibly increase your sales. So lots of flexibility and lots of information, all based on hard data and inputs that you provide to us. So in the report, we go beyond just reporting numbers. We're going to give you some perspective and insights. We'll point out your current strengths. We'll talk about some potential improvements that you could make that could improve your score and increase your chances for success. All of this obviously is tailored to your unique situation. We're also going to give you some expert analysis, and this is just an example of some, but we'll give you some cautions about making changes to the marketing message. Give you, again, some examples that could have a positive impact on year one sales. And we're going to give you deep understanding of the importance of awareness and distribution and exactly what that means. And lastly, if you want to make major improvements in your uniqueness and competitive advantages and value, we'll be glad to run an updated report for you for only $500. You can't get a better deal anywhere by a wide margin than that. So, when you work with us to determine your wow factor, you get high quality statistical analysis and lots of individual coaching so you can help understand the results and what you can possibly do to make your idea even better. So, take the questionnaire now to see if you qualify. After the questionnaire, if you're ready, you'll be directed to a page with next steps that can quickly get you to a Merwyn Truth Teller's two highly accurate pieces of information and make it valuable quantitative research, namely that statistically accurate measure of the strength of your marketing message, how persuasive it is, and that 80% accurate year one sales estimate. With that information, with strong quantitative research results, you can increase your chances for successful fundraising, licensing, and other forms of support you may want for your product development. There is no better alternative available to you in the world that we're aware of. There are other people that provide you similarly accurate information like Bases and Acupol, two very good companies. What makes Merwyn so powerful is that it is by far and away the lowest cost of all the alternatives available to you. It is the fastest. You get it in days, not weeks or months. And it has an accuracy that's been proven multiple times to be equal to all the alternatives. So dramatically lower cost, faster with equal accuracy. This is why this is the tool of choice for innovators and inventors and entrepreneurs and venture capitalists and those sorts of things that really want to understand their innovations. Well, I deeply appreciate you taking time to listen to this. We look forward to having the opportunity to help you make smarter and better decisions and achieve greater success on your innovation. Until then, please have a great day.